If you've been following the channel, you might notice that this video takes a step back in time. Last week, you traveled with us to Hot Springs National Park in November of 2023, and this week we visit Crater Lake in May of the same year. When we went to Alaska last summer, we were so excited to show you that content that we skipped some other fantastic places with the intent of doubling back later to showcase those locations. Well, now is the time, and we are so excited to get to show off gorgeous Crater Lake. I think we got lucky. This is the road we're on. You can see there's still quite a bit of snow, and we still have a distance to go, so I would imagine it's going to get a lot snowier. Today is May 2nd, and we are on our way to Crater Lake National Park.
So yeah, we weren't sure if we were going to come or not. The conditions are not so great. It's 39 degrees out. It's been raining most of the morning at our campground. We're staying at Crater Lake RV Park, which is about, I don't know, what, 53 miles away, something like that. So about an hour away. But we headed out, gonna take our chances. We checked the webcams at the national park and it looked like they were pretty well socked in, but we're hopeful that the weather will clear by the time we get there or shortly after.
We're only in the area for 2 days, and we checked the weather, and today is actually the better day of the two, so we're taking our chances.
No trailer today, just the truck.
Our visit to Crater Lake in early May is super early for the park's tourist season. At between 6,000 and 8,000 feet of elevation, there is typically still so much snow at this time of year that very few amenities and roads are open, and the snowpack can be measured in feet, not inches. The weather can also be unpredictable, so much so that the lake is totally obscured by clouds and fog at least 20% of the time. This area gets so much snow that the rim drive that travels completely around the lake is not usually open until June or July. All that to say that unless you really love snow and cold like we do, this may not be the best time of year for your visit. For us though, it is perfect. Well, it was perfect until we hit the fog. At this point, we're starting to wonder if this day will be one of the 20% that the lake doesn't make an appearance. We're also starting to really get into the snow. Some of the snowbanks along the edge of the road are as tall or taller than the truck. At least the weather seems to have scared off some people. No crowds to contend with today. There are only 2 other vehicles in the entire parking lot when we arrive. We aren't gonna lie, guys, the weather here is terrible.
Yeah, we just got out and went in, was it the gift shop and what was that other little area?
Cafe and an observation area.
Of Rim Village, and you can hardly see the truck from across the parking lot. So our chances of seeing the lake are pretty slim, at least right now.
It's super windy, it's cold, it's snowing or raining or something. It's pretty miserable out there. So we're gonna eat some lunch, give it a few minutes to maybe try and clear a little bit, and then I guess we'll put the snowshoes on and go see what we can see.
Yep. The only restrooms are outside, and they've got like a steel tunnel built that you have to go through to access the restroom because they're kind of back in a snowbank, so it's really strange.
And they have all these snow tunnels. Like there was even a snow tunnel to get into the cafe and gift shop. It's really strange.
Yeah.
They're used to having a lot of snow.
Yeah, it's built for the snow, that's for sure. So we're sitting in the truck eating lunch, and we had a little friend show up.
I have a visitor.
I think this was like a gray jay. Is that what they called them?
I have no idea.
It's like in the Steller's jay family.
Are you sure?
I think so.
It doesn't look like a jay. And just like that, the clouds suddenly lift, the sun comes out, and we are gifted with some of the most beautiful views we can imagine. We can't believe we are able to witness this head-spinning change in the weather. This is perfect weather. So what is your assessment?
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Great weather. All of a sudden, just great weather.
Yeah. And even when you can't see the lake, it's just still beautiful scenery, great weather.
That's good.
An enjoyable activity.
Very pretty and hardly anyone out here.
Yep. It's a good day. The views just keep getting better. We don't want to wear you out with facts and statistics, but for nature nerds like us, this place is super interesting, so we have to hit on at least a few. At 1,943 feet deep, Crater Lake is the deepest lake in the United States and among the top 10 deepest lakes in the world. And how it formed is fascinating. 7,700 years ago, 12,000-foot tall Mount Mazama erupted spectacularly. The eruption created an enormous crater that began filling with water from rain and snowmelt. Wizard Island, the small volcanic island that can be seen on the west side of the lake, and 3 more volcanoes that are obscured under the water, grew while the lake was filling. This lake has no inlets or outlets. It fills only through precipitation, and only evaporation and seepage prevent it from getting deeper.
And check out Crater Lake now. What an amazing view. It is beautiful here everywhere you look. Hey, we found the road. We were wondering how much snow was over the road. Right here, not much.
Yeah, but I think there's a lot more in other spots.
The other spots, it's very deep.
Guys, we have done a fair amount of traveling and have seen some spectacular places, so we don't say this lightly, but this ranks among our top 20, maybe even 10. The blue of the water, the gorgeous sunshine, and all up against a background of pristine snow, just wow. We would love to come back someday and see it all in season when the rim drive is open and there's more to do, but we can't imagine it being any more beautiful than this. We are back. There are the restrooms with the snow tunnels and the road. So we're just gonna head down this steep little ramp and go back to the truck. Good hike.